What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Riding the Wave with your host. I'm Aid.
MJ in the house, y'all better recognize.
And today we got Coach Flaco with another champion, Lennon Sosa, aka El Negrito.
Fighting out of Lincoln Heights Boxing Gym, 21-3, 11 KOs, and a future 2028 Olympic gold medalist in the house. Thank you guys for coming on, man. Thank you.
Yes. Round of applause. Round of applause. I love the jewelry you have up here. It's amazing. Shows your success and dedication and your hard work, because that's what Aid's for. Are you dedicated? And it's showing that you are.
One of these will probably go missing when you're gonna be like, hey, where's my belt? Where's my belt at?
Exactly.
I'm gonna be walking around the LA Fitness. This thing?
Right?
I don't know. Hey man, but thank you guys for coming on this platform. We appreciate you guys, and let's get to it.
Let's go. Okay. Let's do it.
All right, Lennon. So let's go ahead, start off. Let's introduce yourself to the audience. You know, where are you from? You know, give them a brief little background.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lennon Sosa. I'm 16 years old. I was born in Montebello and I live in Maywood now, and I come here to Lincoln Heights to train every day from Monday through Friday.
Awesome. Montebello to Lincoln Heights. How's that? I mean, you're in some LA traffic. How's that?
It's some days it's traffic, but you know it's worth it because I get to get like work done in the lab. But from where I come from, it's just like a 20-minute drive, so we're okay.
Okay. So, Coach Flaco, how did this connection happen between you and Lennon?
It happened back in 2018, Southgate, gym in Southgate. Looking for a job, and I found on Facebook they were looking for a boxing coach, and I applied. I walked in and I saw a bunch of kids there that with talent, and I seen Lennon Sosa here. I saw Lennon, and he came to my class, and from there I saw talent, and we worked, and him with another bunch of other kids, and he was the most dedicated, most hungry for the sport, and that's where we met.
All right. Well, Lennon, I wanna start from the beginning, brother. I wanna start from the beginning. So you say you grew up where? I know you say you kind of like bounced around, but
Yeah, but I've spent more years in Maywood. So
okay. In Maywood, do you have any siblings?
I have one. I have a little sister. She's 10 right now.
Okay. And what's the relationship like with your folks?
It's good. You know, I always go to them when I need advice or when we just like want to like chill together. You know, we'll go out. So it's good. It's pretty
okay.
normal.
All right. And how are you doing academically?
I'm doing very good actually. I'm an honors student. I have high honors algebra 2. I have an AP class, English class actually, and I have all A's since the start of the year.
So not only are you hitting your opponents, but you're also hitting the books. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. That's what's up. And that's what creates this right here, a champion like yourself. That's about man, I can't even imagine how you feel, having your belts up here. How do you feel?
I feel proud because all the work that I've put in is paying off, and just to show you guys what I've done is like very like good to me. Like I'm for sure gonna go home later and be like, this is what I did. I'm gonna like for sure watch this later.
All right.
And like you're saying you got honor roll in all these classes. So what's next after like high school? I know it's a big question,
Yeah.
but what's next?
I'm just gonna go straight to university. I plan on going to USC.
Let's go Trojans.
It's funny, bro, because we just had a UCLA graduate with the doctor, and now we have a future USC graduate. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All right. So, what is something that when it comes to training that you look forward to working on?
It's always different because it depends on what the coach wants to like work on. Some days we'll work on footwork, some days we'll work on like technique and like for more power. So it depends on what Flaco says.
And where did this all start? Where did this boxing journey? When you first put on the gloves, what got you into boxing in the first place?
It wasn't even actually my decision. It was mostly my parents, because I was a very quiet child and I was like a little chubby. So I got bullied as a kid a lot, and so it came down to like where there were times where I got pushed around. So it wasn't just verbal. And so they saw that I was like not physically well anymore and mentally, so they just put me in, and that's when it started. But I really did not like the sport at all at first. I would cry that I had to go to the gym. So, and then it all changed once I saw the Rocky movie. And so from there, I just loved it.
So,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So you would cry to go to the gym?
Yeah, I literally like hated the sport at the beginning.
Was it more because was it more fear because of getting hit or things, or you didn't want to hit people, or what was like the, at that moment, what was holding you back, or what was the fear?
It wasn't, I wouldn't say fear. It was just me being lazy. I just didn't want to work out. I didn't like the fact of working out. So,
So it was more, did you want to just stay home, play video games and chill?
yeah, I was always on the tablet. So
But that's an interesting comment you said about because you were being bullied.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of kids out there who do get bullied a lot, right? And some of them really don't. I mean, luckily you had parents to push you and said, "Hey, we want to teach you how to defend yourself." What would you say to like a young audience your age that's getting bullied?
The first thing I would say is probably like go to an adult, either a teacher or a parent, because that was my first mistake, that I never went to nobody. Like I never talked to it. But so I just took everything, and I think that's the first thing they should do in order before taking other steps.
And like, what was your final straw? Like as far as bullying, we're like, okay, I'm done. I don't want this to happen to me anymore.
So once I like started like finding out how to throw a punch, I just one day after the bully pushed me, I just turned around and I just punched him. And so from there, he just didn't like bother me.
That was it,
again.
huh?
Yeah.
That was it.
You beat up the biggest guy in the room, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, was that the first knockout?
Yeah, because I left him like a little bloody, but you know it was a big step too, because it was like I didn't really think about it. I still remember the day. I just turned around and I just threw the punch. I didn't think about it.
What was like your parents' reaction, bro? Like when they found out like, hey mom, you know this kid was picking on me, and you know mama, I hit him. Like what was their reaction?
Well, when my mom found out when I hit him, she was like happy, because it's like the principal and the school weren't doing anything about it. They were just telling him verbally like warnings. They weren't like doing anything else, and so she just like let me like handle it myself. And once I punched him, that's when they started like getting in there. Like they're like, no, he shouldn't be doing that. Like, why are you guys getting into it now when I did something?
Right.
So.
Yeah, because I mean, at some point you're right. Talk to a teacher, let them know. But if it's not getting solved, then it's now, okay, now you got to defend yourself and protect yourself, because this can't keep happening, you know? So yeah, definitely. If you told the teacher, and I tell my kids the same thing. If you talk to an adult and you told them and you informed them, if the person keeps telling you, like, hey, you need to back up or else, you know, I'm going to hit you. They don't take flight. You gave them fair warning, and, you know, same thing with me. Teachers came, oh, they can't be doing this. All right, well, you do something about it, or else I'm going to, you know, make sure that my child protects himself. I'm not going to let him get hurt. So I see where your parents are coming from, for sure.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Like you stood up to a bully, and that's awesome, bro. Like you're.
Yeah. So you're technically 22-3, one unofficial.
Yeah.
With 12 knockouts.
There you go.
How old are you when you started boxing?
I was 10 years old when I started, and right now I'm 16.
So it's been 6 years.
Yes.
And then you mentioned off camera that you did multiple mixed martial arts sports,
Yes,
right?
I had
Jiu-jitsu or whatever. What were other ones that you did?
I did jiu-jitsu. I started off with MMA, boxing, and then moved on to Muay Thai. But at the end, I just stuck to jiu-jitsu and boxing, and so I had to let go of jiu-jitsu.
Okay. Being in all these different types of fighting styles, how much discipline did you gain from that?
I gained a lot because a lot of the times where there's moments in like even outside the gym where you just want to like react to something, but then you just gotta like, okay, I just gotta calm down. And so that's what it helped me with, just calm down. I just remain a calm person outside the gym.
And then, how did you end up in the Lincoln Heights boxing gym?
I ended up there because I followed Flaco from Southgate, and so from there, like once I got here, they just welcomed me, like they accepted me as like the champ, and so until this day, they see me as that. Like I see kids that they look at me and they just like try to like copy some of the moves that I do, and I find that like very motivating, not just like for everybody, for myself too, because I'm motivating somebody else, and I just want to like push harder too.
And did you ever think that little kids would be mimicking, your footwork and your punches?
I never thought that because I was going up too. I was always that kid too. I was like, I want to be like him. And then now that I'm like up there too, I see kids doing it the same way. I'm like, if I did that, they could do it as well.
Coach Flaco, what does it mean? Like, how does that make you feel knowing that like fighters actually followed you from one gym to another?
It feels great, man. It feels like, the talent is there and the talent is following me, and it just it inspires me and it makes me feel, makes me give it 100% because it's just great. It's just great for these kids to come in and feel comfortable with me and feel hungry and I'm feeding on my knowledge and my talent because I was a fighter myself too, and at the same age as Lennon, 16, I was also out there winning and I know this young kid right here can go far, man, far because of the discipline, because of the parents, because of he's a smart kid, man, smart kid, and I know he's gonna go far, man.
Definitely, yeah. I seen. I went on YouTube and seen some of his fights, and man, those hands are gonna be lethal weapons real soon. If they're not already, they already are. So that's awesome.
So Lennon, what made you select Flaco as your coach? Like of all the coaches out there, why him?
Because he was there since day one. He's the fourth coach that I've been with since that other gym, and out of all of them, he's like put more work into me, and so I just realized I'm like, okay, if I see that he's helping me, then might as well just follow, And so with him, I started my amateur career and I plan on finishing like the amateurs and moving on to pros with him as well.
Awesome. So, I mean, how important was it for you? Was it important for you to find a coach that you had a great connection with?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Was it important for you to find a coach that you can connect really well with?
Yeah, it is important because not only do I see him as a coach, I see him as as a second father figure in a way.
Mentor.
Mentor. Because I also go to him for like advice or like when I need someone to talk to, and he's there, So.
Yeah, because some of these coaches, they're just there for you at the gym, So it's a big benefit to not only is he with you in the ring, but he's with you like outside the ring. So I can imagine that bond is just that much. You guys are just that much closer.
It's a good bond, man. It's even with the parents, man. The mom's a great cook. So when she has parties, oh my God, man, I'm there. She's making tacos de birria with quesadilla. We're having a good time, man. And,
all right, so next podcast at Mom's house, you know what I mean? Lunch, all right, we are there.
Oh my God, so she got my heart with that, man. Let me tell you.
All right.
They thought I'm making this. Oh, I'm there.
All right. All right. So let's talk about your training and your preparation. All right. What does a typical day in the training camp with you look like?
If it's not a sparring day, a typical day would look like, okay, so 5 a.m, I wake up, I run, and then I just go to school after that.
How many miles do you run?
it depends. I'll switch it. I'll do either 5 or 6. So,
Wow. And how long from start to finish? How long does it take you to run the time?
It's sometimes it changes like a minute or 2 off, but like today I did 5 in 37 minutes.
Dang.
So tomorrow for sure be a day of where I run 6 miles.
All right. So how many of those miles does a coach run with you?
So I went running they went last week, they went to, or 2 weeks ago, they went to Elysian Park, Griffith Park to go run. And, hey, coach, you want to go? And I said, you know what? I've been running 2 miles every day for like the last month. I said, you know what? I can hang. It was a 4.5 mile run, champ. I was like, oh my God. The next 2 days, I couldn't even.
You're like, I'll just stick to coaching.
I kept up with the back with the viejitos, and the young ones were waiting for us over there, so it's all good.
What is the hardest part of training for a fight?
The hardest part is probably the dieting, cause obviously when I'm not like getting ready for anything, I would like be like a couple pounds like up there. So dieting is like the most important, cause I like to eat. I'm gonna put that out there. I like to eat.
But you're 16, bro. I think at 16,
And mom's cooking like that. I'd love to eat too.
Yeah. So and she also helps me with the dieting. So before I start, she tells me to just lock in mentally, and so I do. And so once I'm there, I'm just like at peak. So I mean, I enjoy to see how like fit I am, but then I also like to feel like the food in my mouth as well. So
Nah, I feel you. How do you mentally prepare for a fight? Because I know, in sports in general, it's like 10% physical and 90% mental.
physically, okay. So mentally, what I do is I just every day, like in the night and in the morning, I like while I train, I always see myself just seeing my hand raised. And so I see that, and I also reflect on my losses. Like I don't want to like lose again. I don't like the feeling of losing. I mean, even though you're bound to lose eventually, but I just feel like I'm not ready to lose now.
So you're in the mirror, just like this with your hands up,
or I'll just like picture it in my head already. Like while I'm training, I'm like whatever they're gonna give, like either it's a belt, medal, trophy, whatever. I'm just like I already picture myself like with it, like heading home with it. So
it's like his intuition. He's already seen it before it even happens.
No, definitely. That's awesome, and as you should, because that's when you start manifesting. You start making. You see your goal and you make it come true. And you did it 4 times. I mean, with all the medals and everything. So that's amazing. Keep that same mindset. You know what I mean? All right, your record's 21-3. I know you have 3 losses. From those losses, what did you gain from that?
I gained a lot of skills from those, because my first loss, it was very like I was very slow, and obviously like I had more experience, but I paid attention to how I fought that day, and I'm like I looked a little sloppy, and so from there I just had to like tighten up a bit, just like do some work in the lab, and from there like it just seemed to like get better, and right now from my last loss, I'm on an 8-win streak right now.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. What is like one drill technique that you do that's been like the biggest contribution for fighting?
Oh, the running.
Conditioning,
yes.
huh?
Yeah, because without it, you're not lasting one round.
Because you could be the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, but if you can't go past, because how many rounds you do 3 2-minute rounds?
Yeah, we do 3 2-minute
So
rounds.
it's fast paced.
Yeah, so we got to go in there and right away just do our thing and without stopping.
Yeah, because I remember when I was training and I was prepped before a fight, so I would do 3 minutes, right? And then they'll keep on giving me fresh guys for like 6 rounds, right? And I just remember on the 6th one, like I can't even, and I'm just taking it, So that's why I was curious to see like what is it that you do. I know, and you're right. Running conditioning is number one. It's number one. It's number one.
I think that goes for every sport, right? Conditioning. Every sport.
Yeah.
Soccer, basketball, swimming, man.
Especially football, because you're doing quick sprints nonstop. Quick sprint stop.
Yeah.
Quick sprint stop. So, and So is there any particular area where you like to run? Do you have a certain spot where it's like, all right, this is like my cheat spot right here?
The place I like to run, and it's a place that we like don't go like often, is like Griffith Park or Elysian Park, because I like running on the dirt. Like it's not also like satisfying because you're out in the nature, but it's also like better for your knees.
Have you ever ran on the beach?
I have. I have ran once. I went with a friend from the gym, and it's very peaceful there too in the morning.
Yeah, I feel like the sands. There's nothing like running on the sand. To be honest, it's a different. I feel like it's a different beast. But running, I remember I ran a mile, just like on the pavement, and I ran a mile on the sand, and my time was completely different.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was 5 minutes off.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Then, like in the ring while you're fighting, what's like kind of walk us through like what's going through your head? Is it like are you looking at the opponent? Are you kind of like do you allow intimidation or anything like that? Like what is your thought process while you're in a fight?
While I'm in a fight, I tend to like mostly think about like where I'm gonna land this next punch. I don't really focus on what he's doing. So like if he's just gonna throw a jab, I'm just gonna react and counter with it, because I just need to like get as much points as I can and just win.
Okay.
So so let's talk about the fight. Getting into the fight. How do you handle the nerves, bro? How do you handle the nerves?
To handle, I tend to just listen to music, like anything, like nothing sad, just like something to hype me up, because I know it's like the adrenaline. Even though like I have music, I'll still feel it a bit, but not as much like if I don't have the music.
Yeah, you know what? Because I remember when I first fought, I didn't have any music, bro. And I see my opponent, and my heart was racing, man. My heart was racing. And I remember just warming up, and I was so tired. And I'm like, why am I so tired? Like, I've been running, I've been conditioning, I've been so tired. And when I got in there, man, I think the first round, I was gassed.
Exhausted.
I was exhausted. And I was really disappointed. Like, how did this happen?
Nervousness.
And yeah, I didn't know, like, it's just the nerves. The nerves.
They take you down.
Yeah.
So did you feel like that during your first, do you feel like that in your, now that you're, you got what, 33 plus amateur fights, do you still get like that now? Or is it more, are you more settled in?
When it's like tournaments, like the one I'm gonna go in December, I still feel it, but like if it's like shows, not really, because I always think to myself, I'm like, I trained hard for this, so might as well like go in there and show what I like trained for. So, and not just that, I always think to myself, I'm like I'm better than him. Most of the times the people that I fight, I've probably sparred already, so I know something about them.
Yeah, because it's kind of like just like a sparring match. In a sense, a competitive sparring match.
Yeah.
All right.
And like when it comes to MJ was talking about being in the ring and getting gassed, are there any techniques that you use, to help you with to control your breathing and stuff like that? Because I know, like before, I was in the mixed martial arts for a little bit,
Oh, you
for
did
some
yoga.
time.
That's not mixed martial arts.
I can stretch though, bro.
Who did Pilates?
No, but what I used to do is I used to go running with water in my mouth, so I'm constantly breathing in and out through my nose and stuff like that.
That's a good one.
Are there any techniques that you use to make sure that you control your breathing in there so you don't get gassed out?
To control my breathing, well, obviously, like when we punch, we do like a noise.
Like that.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So it helps with the breathing. But
Like
I
that
also,
Parkinson's.
yeah. But to also help with our breathing, so we won't gas out. I also tend to my style is like a counter puncher, so I just tend to like wait for them a bit and I just counter.
Bro, the last fight that I seen, or that fight that you were not being up counter puncher, bro. You were like full on aggression, dog.
Yeah.
You started off a little slow. I could see that, and after you picked up, and then you wouldn't stop.
That you were like white on rice. I was like, man, this guy. I got tired watching you throw all these punches. Is he gonna stop?
I need a drink of water, bro.
I felt bad for the other fight. I was like, man, just stop. Let him breathe. Give him some room. But it's a fight. It is what it is.
What's been the most challenging fight you've handled so far, that you had so far?
My most challenging was my It was my third loss, the last loss I had. The dude that I have fought, it was for last year's Silver Gloves actually. It was the semifinals, and the guy was a four-time national champ. And so once I found that out, I actually did get nervous, like really nervous, because I then went to go on his page and see who he was to study, and he was out here knocking everybody out. And so I was like, okay, I gotta like work my chin, you know, everything. And so I went in there with everything I had, and luckily I didn't get stopped, no 8 count, nothing. And I lost the fight, but it was a good loss. I went in there with everything.
So, Coach, about that fight, all right?
Yeah.
Would you recommend your fighters to be going on Instagram and looking at their opponents? Or are you just like, you know what, champ? We got this. Like, don't get in your head. Just.
It's good to go in and take pointers, man. I mean, it's good with social media now, you know. When I was growing up, we didn't have that, so we just had to just go in there and just see what he has in there. But now you can see what he's got, study him a little bit, and then go out there and beat his brains out, you know. Yeah. But that fight he was talking about, so proud of him, man, because imagine a 4-time national champion. And this kid was, you were 15 at the time? This kid was 17. He's a professional fighter now.
What's his? What's his name?
I don't remember his last name, but his first name was like Emiliano.
Emiliano.
But I know that right now he has 4 fights right now.
As
a professional, yes.
Yeah, so he put a great fight, man. I was really proud of him for that, and that really helped him build up his confidence 100 times more, dude. You know?
Yeah, and you talk about building up his confidence. I know, you know, when you have a fighter, it's not just the fighter that takes the loss. You know, you as a coach, you know, how important is it, or what do you do to make sure that confidence stays high even after a loss?
Yeah, not just the coach, but the whole team. You know, the whole team takes a loss. You know, and we just, you know, we're not sore losers. We'll take the loss. We'll go back at the gym, go back to the lab, like he says, and then work on what his faults and his defects, and then we'll go from there. But I just know right now he's got so much heart, so much condition, so much dedication that nothing can stop him, man. This guy's not afraid to spar. Set up sparring for him on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, on a weekend, and he don't even tell me who we're sparring. We're just, let's go. You know, that's the kind of confident mentality I like, you know?
Yeah, man.
That's brave.
It's not the size of the dog, right?
That's it, man. Let's go.
The size of the dog.
So that fight mentality, do you get it from mom or dad?
I get it from my mom.
Yeah,
For sure from my mom.
I would say that too, because my mom, you know, the sandals, they feel good.
The chancla.
Right?
So, what are the things that you do in a fight when they're not going your way? Like, how do you navigate through that or switch up your style?
If I go like back to the corner and they tell me to switch it up, I'll switch it up. But if it still doesn't work, then I'll like during the fight I'll have to just improvise and just work with what I got. So.
Okay. All right. Well. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So I want to kind of dive into like mindset and like personal growth. So how has boxing prepared you for life?
Oh,
I know you're 16 and you still have to experience a lot of things, but like just of right now, like how has boxing, being in the gym, like just prepared you just for what's to come?
It's prepared me like to think of everything in life, like hard challenges, like I could accomplish it. Like maybe not now, but hopefully soon, you know, one day. I just need to like work up to it. So I just take everything as a challenge, and you know, I like challenges in life, you know. That's why in school I take all of those classes.
All right, so keep bobbing and weaving and throwing those punches and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Got it. That's an amazing mindset.
And like at school, like how do you handle like the popularity, bro? Like do a lot of people know you box or things like? I'm pretty sure, right? You're on your Instagram. They're like, oh man, Lennon, he's a fighter. Like so, like
I know him.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of attention or things like that?
So for freshman year, I was actually like up to probably like 2 weeks ago, I was able to keep it a secret. Like nobody knew, other than like 2 teachers. And
but
now,
why did you want no one to know?
It's cause like how people are nowadays. Like they just want to test you, and you know, I didn't want to do that either. You know, I don't want to like use it as a way to show off or anything. You know, and so like once the teachers show like in class like footage of me fighting, because they went to see me compete 2 weeks ago, and so the whole school knows, and obviously for the like GoFundMe, like it's been a word already, and so the whole staff knows and they'll see me, and it's funny because there was a Hispanic Heritage Month assembly like a couple days ago. And they were like, name me 4 boxers. And they all like yelled my name. And it was like, okay.
That's awesome.
I mean, how did that make you feel, though, bro? Like, real talk, how did that make you feel?
It gave me like joy because I'm like, okay, people are like recognizing me. They're not like, I didn't think they were gonna like
embrace you.
Yeah, I thought they were just gonna take it as like, oh, he's just another athlete, you know.
Oh, that's awesome. Flex that chest, man. That's great. You've accomplished so much.
Well, I feel like fighting is so different compared to any other sport out there, because most sports are team sports.
Yeah.
And not to say boxing, it's not a team. Yeah, you need a team, but when you're in there, you're by yourself. There's no one else that could sub you or whatever. So like, yeah, man, that's impactful. That's very impactful. So like, how do you stay like motivated, like on a consistent basis? Like, how do you stay motivated and focused?
Like let's say I'm not getting ready for anything. I just tend to like watch like my favorite fighters, you know, Canelo, Gervonta Davis. I just like watching their clips or like fights. Like I'll sit there and watch Gervonta Davis fight 3 times in a row if I need to, and I'll just be like, I want to do this like when I get to the gym later.
I want to try this. I want to try this.
So yeah, I'll just get there later at the gym. I'll be like, Coach, I want to do this. Can we do this? And he'll have me do it.
Awesome. Man, I'm impressed already. Like you're killing it. You're 16 years old. I mean, you're just, man, I don't want to say you're just a baby, but you're young. You're driven. You have a lot on your plate. You know what I mean? How important is it to you, because you said you have a little sister, to be a good role model for her?
It's actually good because she's not only like just a little, she's actually like training too. She's actually like boxing. She sparred yesterday.
So they're just breeding. They're just breeding fighters. That's what's going on. They're just breeding fighters.
I nicknamed her. Her name is Thunder, bro.
The Thunder.
Dude, she is something else too, man. Watch out.
So you pretty much motivated your little sister to get into boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes it. Like, well, some days she's like, I don't want to do it, but this other day she's like, I want to have a belt too. I'm like, just keep putting in that work. But she does not like running. That's the only thing that keeps her
She got to
back.
work on that conditioning. Huh?
Yeah.
I guess when she gets into her first amateur fight and she gasses out,
That's when she'll see.
I got to start running.
But sometimes we got to do what we hate in order to be successful, as you can see right here. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure like all your training and everything you do, it's not like, oh, I'm having so much fun. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's what parts of it that is just like you kind of dread, but you push through.
Yeah, what's the parts you don't like?
The parts that probably like the strength and conditioning part. Like the conditioning is, I like it, but sometimes I'm just sore the next day. Like the other day, the other coach had me like work some like leg workouts, and I was sore for a week.
Do you do any weightlifting or not so much weightlifting?
No, we don't really lift because obviously for like the weight division I'm in, we don't need to be like muscle. We need to just be like lean, like fast. So when we work like weights, it was mostly just to like stay like quick with our hands. Like we'll like shadow box with like 3-pound weights.
Oh, okay. So these belts, I kind of want to talk about these belts for a minute. Which one's the first belt that you got?
Oh, that one I did not bring today.
Oh, okay.
But wait, there's more?
Yeah,
Sorry,
there's
ladies
more.
and gentlemen. We didn't have a big enough table for all his belts.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, they just told me to bring 4, so I just brought 4.
Oh, just for
just 4.
I'll just bring 4. I only have right.
But what are these belts? What do these belts and medals all mean to you?
These 2 are actually like the ones that mean the most to me because they're
this one?
Yeah, these 2 right here, because these are both from the state championship that I won. This one is from the summer actually that I won.
Year?
Yeah, this year. And I brought this medal. It was from a show, but it's actually I brought it because it's actually signed by Leo Santa Cruz. the pro boxer.
Okay,
And
okay.
and it's very cool. I like how he just signed it for me after I won.
Santa Cruz, that's the dude that didn't he fight Gervonta Davis?
Yeah,
And that's where he fought Gervonta Davis. He kind of retired after
yeah,
that, right?
he just retired.
And
Yeah.
he's from Lincoln Heights too.
Oh, okay,
I didn't know
okay,
that.
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
All right.
Representing.
So what did you? So you won that bout where? What tournament?
The SoCal State tournament.
And
This,
and can you talk us to that process? What's that tournament like? How many people? How many fights do you need to do or whatever?
so it's 3 days. The first day you have to like win, and then obviously move to the semifinals. And once you're there, you're to the finals, and then you just become the state champion. And so this is from last year's, and this is from this year. So
So
I'm
you're
a
a two-time, back
yes.
to back. And how rare is that? How rare is it to be back to back champion, state champion?
I don't even know, but I'm just like grateful for like that all the hard work that I put in gave me the opportunity to be.
How about
a
Coach?
two-time.
It's not rare. It's just he has confidence, and that confidence, coach, I want to do it again. Let's do it, and you bring it back again. And it's just having that confidence, that willpower, wanting to do it. You know, and this young man here, just let's go, Mil. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go get it.
So what are the differences in these tournaments? Because you got the Golden Gloves,
Silver gloves,
blue and gold.
Well, you're also blue and gold champion too.
Junior Olympics
Junior
as well.
Olympics.
Junior Olympics,
Yeah.
national champion. Like, what's the top of the tier? What's the one that you guys like? This is the one we want to get.
Well, we want to get the Golden Glove national champion. That's the one we're gonna get. And then the nationals that we're gonna fight in Virginia in December. That's the one we're gonna get too. That's the qualifier right there. And that's basically now tournaments now, because now in LA, you know, everybody knows who he is now. He's stepping it up. They're gonna say, hey, you know what? It's hard to find him competition over here because
Oh, 'cause no one wants to fight him.
nobody wants. Yeah. So we gotta start doing tournaments. We gotta start traveling now.
Okay, so yeah, I seen the GoFundMe. So everybody out there, if you can support. There's a GoFundMe for Lennon to get him to Virginia. What does that do for him in that tournament in Virginia? What does it
In
do
that
for
tournament,
him?
he gets points. He gets points as an amateur ABF USA boxer. He gets points to becoming the US boxing team. You know, he keeps winning these tournaments, keeps getting points. He gets recognized. You know, they're gonna choose him to represent the United States for the 2028.
And how many points do you need to get?
You know, honestly on that, I'm not too sure. But once he becomes in a team, you know, and if he wants to turn pro, he can go, you know, go to the Olympics, win a gold medal, silver or bronze. We're going for the gold, but if you just silver or bronze, don't matter, because you know that you're an Olympic fighter, you know, you're representing the U.S. and you just want to be, you know, your first pro fight, you know, you're an Olympian. That's what people want to know who you are. Oh, you know, he's an Olympian.
Because the last gold medalist was it Andre Ward? Who was the last gold medalist? Wasn't it Andre Ward? No.
I think so, yeah.
Andre Ward. Like it was like early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Early 2000s.
See that?
And ever since then, there hasn't been not one gold medal, USA Olympic gold medalist for boxing, right?
Yeah, there hasn't. It's only like European or Italians or Cubans, a lot of Cubans.
Yeah, because the last one was also Clarissa Shields.
Shields,
right?
there you go.
And she won it back to back.
On the female side, yes.
So like if and when you win that Olympic gold medal, what kind of opportunities does that create for Lennon?
God, that opens doors, man, big time. You know, I think I heard. I'm not too sure with De La Hoya when he won it back in, what was it
94?
94. I
Was
think
it 94?
his first pro fight. I think he got over $1 million. You know, on your first, because you're an Olympic medalist, you're representing the U.S. and that opens up doors, you know, for promoters and good fights and stuff like that. You know, as a pro, you know, you don't have to start from the bottom. You don't have to start from scratch. You know, going to TJ, going to Mexico, fighting, building up your record, fighting bumps, and you come back and, you know, your record is 10-0, but you're 10-0 with 10 knockouts. But who did you fight? Oh, we don't know. He was in Mexico doing all that. You know, over here it's going to be very competitive, man.
All right, man. So who is your biggest inspiration?
Like when it comes to like
Just in
someone
general, like just as a personal, like could be your mom, coach, whoever.
honestly,
Us now.
Yeah.
honestly, it's probably my mom. Yeah, cause I hear like she tells me her story growing up, and I'm just like, cause I know that she's never like really like had a house of her own, and you know, once I get up there, I want to give her
Provide.
that. I want to give her like everything she's ever asked for, just provide it to her as a thank you to everything she's done for me, because she's sacrificed so much for me. So I want to give her all of that as a way to thank her.
Definitely.
You
Champion
raised
mentality.
a great son, Mom.
Yes.
I wish a lot of young adults had this same mentality, you know, because honestly, bro, I don't think I told my mom thank you until like I was in my 20s, until I moved out.
Yeah.
Is when I told my mom thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you provided for me.
Right.
And like I felt so guilty of all the things I put you through. And I just want to say like I'm sorry.
That's right.
You know, so and the fact that 16 years old that you've already had that mentality where I thank my mom, I thank my dad, my family for everything that they've given me. You know, so that's a big testament. I hope to all the listeners, especially the young adults, that you kind of take a chapter, you know, out of Lennon's book, man, and just be grateful to your family, to the people who love you. You know,
No, definitely, because I can agree to that, because I'm tough because of my mom. You know what I mean? And she's endured so much, and same thing like you, like everything that she's done for me. And even now to the day, I'm not gonna say my age, but I'm gonna be 43.
42.
I don't know. I'm gonna be 43 on the 23rd of this month, however, November. But she still like calls me, how you doing? You know, did you eat? Did you? I made food. You know, I'm like, Mom, all right, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Just I'm still that. Like we're still their babies at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's amazing that you have that mentality, and that's awesome. Shout out to you, Mom. You know, sitting in the behind the screens. You know what I mean? Like you're doing an amazing job. You're raising such a talented, great, respectful, you know, dedicated young man. You know what I mean?
and educated too.
And educated that part. You know, honor student. You know, it's amazing, and you know, I hope mothers follow in your footsteps. You know, I mean, continue to fight no matter what you go through in life. You know, and the obstacles that you face. Because I mean, not only are there obstacles in the ring, but I'm sure you guys face obstacles outside of the ring. You know, as a family. So shout out to you, Mom. You're doing amazing.